you can only make the highest get a bye, which is fine because you do have a 1 highest. You have somebody who went 3-0.
Wait, the audio's back.
Stream audio is working.
What happened? What did you do? Oh my gosh! Round of applause, everyone! Round of applause in the chat! Back on the head for Sykeem. He fixed the audio.
Yeah, let's go! The voices are back!
Yeah, we did it!
Oh my gosh! Okay.
It is a little quiet though. Only
No, that's
catch.
fine. It's
Then
fine.
turn up your volume.
Yeah.
Okay. Bracket monkeys, get out of the chat. It's caster time now.
It's,
You
yes,
did
you
it.
did it.
Now shut up.
All right, I'm going to production too.
All right, y'all know how to set up the bracket.
Oh my gosh. Good God. Okay. Hi everyone. We're here. We're coming at now with the bracket. This is the first match of the night. We have not streamed any matches before this. We had just started the stream. So I am here with multiple people. I guess multiple people at this point. Oh well, one of you is casting with me. I'm not sure which at this point. It doesn't matter.
Looks like it's Cloak, so I'm out of here.
Okay, goodbye. Cloak is casting with me today. Very cool. But yeah, we are fresh off of our 3 rounds of Swiss, and we're gonna be going into our top 6 bracket in just a moment. Single elimination, best of 3 finals will be the format, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll just pull this up real quick. But yes, sorry for the bit of delays. We have been having to deal with major technical issues tonight. We had to move all the OBS stuff to someone else literally during Swiss. Like literally set up the entire thing during Swiss. So yeah, we had some major problems with the Discord audio and stuff. But it appears we can be heard now. So yeah, thank you Tempo Melon for subscribing with Prime. Very cool, very pog of you. First seed? No, I'm not giving you first seed. I also don't control that. Malachi controls that, but
yeah, you made a bad move by trying to bribe us. We have no
made
power.
a bad move trying to bribe us. You're in like 5th place right now, so no. Yeah, Tempo will get 2nd to last seed. How about that? I can deny anything I want. I have the power here. I have Discord audio. I don't have a moving picture. I don't have a second caster at the moment. It's just a box, but I have Discord audio, and therefore I can do whatever I want. Let's see. So
no, this is what I look like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think so. Second seed is whatever the team is that has the Greek name. That I'm just gonna call that Filtered Tap Waters team. That's how we do it around here. Last seed is Last Minute Lobsters because they're in 6th right now. Yeah, and Tempo's team is 2nd to last seed. Is that the name translates to our goalie is bad? Okay.
Oh,
that actually.
I can't tell if that's real or not. I'm assuming it is. Oh no! Wait, what? If it is, that's hilarious and a great team name.
That's pretty funny. I think for now I was gonna go with what do we call it? Filtered Tap Waters. Actually, I usually go by the team captain, but let's see. Yeah, no, Filtered Tap Waters is the captain. Okay, so that's just Filtered Tap's team.
It does in fact translate to our goalie is bad.
That's pretty funny. That goes hard.
Oh man.
Ba. But yeah, so I believe we're just waiting for them to actually set up the bracket at the moment. But pretty neat turnout. We got 12? Was it 13 teams for our little tournament that we announced at
we did have
5 o'clock.
Teams.
Literally 5 o'clock today. And we didn't have anything set up. So yeah, I don't know why it's called specialized training. This is Sarah Scuffed.
This is in fact a return to Sarah Scuffed.
This is literally more scuffed than the first Sarah Scuffed, like by leaps and miles. By leaps and miles. Well, let's see. Okay, yeah, they got their brackets set up. Do we? We don't know which one we're going to be streaming yet, but our bracket, as it stands, is we got Risk of Rain Returns, fighting Arctic's poor naming schemes, Asher's Big Barriers versus Last Minute Lobsters, and then already in the semifinals with the basically the buys is the Filtered Tap Waters Greek team and whatever this emoji is. I don't know what that is.
It's a little clamp.
It's a clamp? Oh yeah, it is a clamp. I was about to say it looks like a vice, but I'm not sure like what that's implying. So we're just called them clamp. Arctic has no type of scheming. No scheming today. But there will be Risk of Rain Returns. Yeah, there you go. Clamp. So yeah, Clamp is the greatest meme. We Papa's Sky Jangi. I don't know which of them are actually playing. Yeah, are gonna actually be playing, but that is the lineup. So that's pretty solid lineup, actually. I would say, dude, let's just look at these teams real quick.
I am already looking at him right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking Clamp. I think Clamp is the only ones that went 3-0 in Swiss, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes. Yeah, so Clamp looking strong tonight. Clamp coming out fighting.
We have our first stream match selected, by the way.
Oh, we do.
I'm looking at right now. It is Risk of Rain Returns versus Arctic's poor naming skills. We have. I'm looking forward to seeing Marissa play tonight. Very, very skilled player. Had the pleasure of meeting them in OSAS, and of course we all got to watch them play in Knowledge Gap 3. So it'll be exciting to see what Marissa cooks up again tonight. Hard Juno player, very, very skilled Juno player in the midfield. And then we have Tricky, which cooks on the ranged goalies. Has a good Atlas too. I'm not going to sell the Atlas short. So very, very good roster. And I've never heard of Vongola of the Rain.
Vongola has been on Seraphim Specialized before. I think twice before. I actually don't recall what team that they were playing on previously, but they tend to do pretty well.
IME games. Almost 600 games on IME. Doesn't beat my numbers, but like we're not comparing. And their win rate's better than mine. So that's
well, there you go.
That tells you all the story you need to know. That is an IME player right there. Got the 3 in him.
Yep.
Also got some experience on Asher, X, Era, and Zentaro. So pretty good roster. All sorts of characters, everything from the supports and the double midfielder to the hard brawlers.
Yeah,
so this looks like a very well-rounded team right here.
Yeah, all solid players. All have been here multiple times, at least 2 times, I believe, for every single player here. A lot of tournament experience between all of them. Meanwhile, we got Arctic's poor naming scheme. You got Arctic and Chicken She, also veterans of the bracket. I don't know who this Tempo Melon guy is, though.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
Kind of a stranger. Core Strike, don't even bother looking at it. You know, you're not gonna get nothing. It's the graph. You know, what does that really mean?
I'll be interested to see who's going to be running goalie tonight, because all 3 of the members of Arctic's poor naming skills have a lot of experience on both goalie and forward.
This is true.
I'll be interested to see who ends up in the goalie box. My tentative prediction is that we'll be looking at Arctic in the goalie box. They have almost 1,000 games on IME goalie, which is quite an impressive record there. And then also plays a bit of our favorite Hampter Dubu on the side. We have from Chicken Chi, another IME player, but also cooks on the Rasmus by the looks of things. And then Tempo Melon. I don't know who this guy is, but he seems pretty all right, I guess.
He seems decent enough.
Yeah, he's got a good roster of brawlers. But I'm
lost one of the games in Swiss though, so that's didn't get that 3-0. That's all I'm saying, but probably
I'm hearing through the grapevine that this man also cooks on Rune. So we'll be looking forward to seeing some good Rune gameplay there.
Yeah, no, definitely pretty solid. It looks like a map has been selected, Atlas's lab, for this first one. So as soon as the players are ready, we'll be jumping into this first match. But I'm excited for this one. This is going to be a good one. I would say relatively evenly matched off of first glance, off of looking at these players, looking at what they do. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited. Winner of this goes to fight Clamp, which, as we previously noted, is potentially a pretty stacked team. Clamp and Filtered Tapwater's Greek team, definitely both in the runnings to win this whole tournament, and being a best of one, or single elimination bracket. That could potentially be, there's no chance for big reverse sweeps like we saw in the last Specialized or things like that. Incredible major upsets. Is it best of 3 in the grand finals? But up until then, it's just best of 1.
Yep, head-to-head single match gameplay. You get to throw your one shot out onto the field, and you hope it's better than the other teams. We will just commenting off of the balanced match we're about to look at. Both teams have multiple Chally plus players on the roster. Arctic is a little lower in the elo side of things, but never underestimate Arctic. I mean, I've seen them cook up all sorts of plays that go far beyond anything that their LP would ever suggest. So I'm not counting either team out of the running here.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think especially at this point, I don't think ranked ladder is really a great indication of skill level, especially when it comes to like tournament stuff. But especially at this point, ladder is so gonked at the moment that it's very easy to drop. But it's also, if you get lucky, it can be very easy to climb as well. So I think it's obviously it's much more like, when we boot up this match, when this match presses go, which team is going to win? That's kind of more the determining factor here, as opposed to just looking at rank. And this is Omega Strikers. We've seen reverse sweeps from an absolute back against the wall situation. Like, anything can happen in this game.
Well, and at the end of the day, this is a team game that we're looking at right here. And I know for a fact that Arctic, Tempo Melon, and Chicken Chi, even though they're coming in with a bit of an LP deficit, those 3 players have worked a lot with one another. And when it comes to being able to perform on the field, having that familiarity with one another's play styles is a big weapon. It's a big weapon.
All right, but it looks like we are about to be loading into the match right now, Atlas's lab. And running into this pre-pick phase, in the ban phase, looks like we're going to see a Marissa hovering that era, as it looks like IME ban's going to be coming out for the side of Risk of Rain returns here.
Makes sense with 2 huge IME players on the side of Arctic's poor naming skills.
Yeah, that's a Juno ban actually coming out from Arctic's poor naming skills right now. I wonder if it was possibly a timeless creator start potentially, but we will see. But ooh, X era both sides. Interesting. Tricky on Rune as well, and Dubu coming out from, yeah, looks like Arctic. Tempo Melon is actually gonna be playing forward this game, and actually extra special hot shot start. And notably here, looking at these starting awakenings, looking at these goalie gear, we got Arctic with boots, Tempo Melon with Van Brace, Chicken Chi with slick kicks for both forwards on risk of rain returns, but Tricky with Pauldron's Rune. Traditionally, we see Rune goalie played with like momentum boots, but Tricky playing with Pauldrons today, so I'm curious to see how that winds up working. You got that extra power, you got that extra size. We'll see if that goes in their favor, but right now, it's a little bit of a struggle as risk of rain returns is open, and that's going to be Marissa actually getting taken out right there. So 9 more seconds where Arctic's poor naming teams might have a moment to potentially get this as Tempo Melon is standing way up. The banish is going to come out though. Tempo Melon is staggered. Vangola looking for a kill here. Core is over on the other side, but Vangola will find the kill onto Tempo, and now looking to reapply some type of pressure. Marissa getting the core up to Vangola, trying to get around Arctic, but can't win a strike war there, unfortunately, but does so right there off of the black hole. And now Tricky with the pillar actually is going to be what sends it in there. Tempo and Arctic unable to reach that in time, so first point going over risk of rain returns.
That's an absurd amount of KOs there for our first point. I mean, it makes sense with X era out on the field. We're going to see some very, very powerful punches coming out from both of these brawlers. Quick barrier takedown right there from the side of risk of rain returns.
Yeah, interesting with this like mirror matchup on Atlas Lab. So it's really going to just come down to the scaling game. I think essentially we got this era X comp, so drafting is going to end up being huge in this one. So I don't think there's going to be a lot that we can tell necessarily off of this just first set. But oh my gosh, Chicken Chi eating that black hole there and having to burn the core flip just to stay alive right now as Tricky is looking for the kill but just can't find it. Now, both bottom barriers still up. Top barriers are gone for both teams, and Tempo Melon's able to bell ringer to get that bottom one. Now, Vangola looking for a clear over to Marissa, but Arctic stuffing it through, trying to get it through. Tricky with the pillar, though, is going to be able to stop Tempo Melon from getting a shot off. And now Tempo Melon in the top corner is going to get banished as Tricky passing over to Vangola, looking for a bit of a dribble play. Chicken Chi with the strike ward to interrupt that, playing around the black hole at the moment. Arctic pushing up, trying to get the core up to his forwards, and Chicken Chi finds the shot into the top of the goal. Now 1-1 in the first set.
Beautiful pass around the black hole there from Arctic. Always fun to see those kinds of plays. As simple as they are, you know, the more often you can take advantage of the little oddities of Atlas Lab, the more plays that you have available to you compared to the other team. 4 flips coming online here for Tempo Melon.
Yeah, and now with both barriers down, this is actually a dangerous situation here for a risk of rain return. Tempo Melon is playing far up, but that extra special will be coming in pretty big. But as the banish wears off, Tempo Melon's going to core flip it, but the bull rush is going to miss, but that's going to be a strike war win there from Chicken Chi anyway. Gets it through Marissa. So a bit of a funny play that happened there, but that will be Arctic's poor naming steals taking the goal in the end.
Yeah, and here we already have an energy advantage for Arctic's poor naming skills coming in right here. Chicken Cheese core flip is already online right here, and Arctic is looking for one here soon. But Tempo Melon fighting for his life here.
Taking a lot of damage.
Of the rain also gets their core flip up.
Yeah, core flip now from Marissa. Finds the top corner to take down the second barrier. Vangola pushing up, but doesn't even need to do anything, as once again the hot shots pillar just goes too fast. Arctic couldn't catch up to it in time. Opted to save the core flip there, actually. Likely thought that they could just reach it with striking. It's always a tricky situation when it's like pixels off like that. Always unfortunate. But on the bright side, we'll have core flip for the start of this round. So we'll see how this goes. Unfortunate barrier there, Ding, is Vangola is able to get up into the barriers and core flip to bring down that second one. It is 2-2. So whoever gets this point, this is going to be huge going into this first draft, is Vangola is actually able to shut down Arctic's core flip just point blank, really, and actually take it. So that'll be risk of rain returns, winning the first set, and Tricky actually getting MVP. So let's see what this draft holds.
Chrono Boost on the table. Both of the eras, I'm sure, are eyeing those, and Quick Strike, of course. is being looked at by both of our X's.
Yeah,
Not entirely
quick
sure what else everyone else is going to be eyeing. We have a quick strike taken down early right there from the X's.
Yeah, it's like
that's
Arctic.
a huge early draft there from Arctic's poor naming skills. We have Fight or Flight going to one of the X's, and Missile Prop X from Tempo Melon. This is some new tech. He knows something we don't.
Clearly,
Everybody.
Tempo knows something that we don't. So, you know, they just lost that first set, so we'll see if that missile properly makes the difference here. Gonna pop the X Maximus just pretty early, actually. Unfortunately, neither X's were able to really get much off of that. The court just flying around in the midfield for a while there. But now Marissa with the dribble play, trying to get it up through to Vongola, but the midfielding right now from Arctic's poor naming scheme is just holding it down, Pat, being very disruptive. But now in the corner, Marissa able to get that bottom corner. Vongola and Marissa both pushing up for the top, managed to land that barrier as well. And now it's just an offensive push here. It's Tricky looking for a pass, finds Marissa, trying to get it up to Vongola, who missed the bull rush. Unfortunately, the core just couldn't quite get there in time. Chicken Chi with the defense. But now it's Tempo Melon pushing back. Tricky trying to clear up and out of there. Pillar comes up, hot shots come off, and once again, just off of the bumper. Crazy bounce angle there to get the point. Risk of Rain's return. This is Tricky's third goal now this game off of just a pillar bounce. That hot shot start is actually coming in huge.
Yeah, it's honestly always a huge advantage when you have somebody like a Rune goalie who can be able to contribute just as much as offense as they do on defense. I mean, right there we just saw the Banish come out on top of Tempo Melon on defense there for Tricky, and as long as that cooldown is up to deal with Tempo Melon every time that their X gets close, I'd say that we're going to see Risk of Rain returns have plenty of tools in the defense department. Core flip coming out there from Chicken Chi, and yeah, I mean, what can you do when a Rune Pillar gets placed there? And just having the difference on that offensive goalie is going to provide them a lot more scoring opportunities.
Yeah, but now both teams open. Core flip coming out from Tempo Melon. Tricky core flipping in return, and Arctic core flipping to counter that, and a beautiful banish onto Tempo Melon to get the core through there. Great clear by Tricky, and now Chicken Chi deadly low, trying to defend with Arctic here, but Vongola of the Rain looking for a strike board, can't quite find it there. Arctic holding it down, and beautiful roll on the goal line, but Vongola is still able to kick it in at the last second. That'll be the point going over to Risk of Rain returns. That was actually kind of crazy. Bit of a crazy last-minute defense there from Arctic. That went pretty hard.
Vongola pulls out those good strike ores, though, and right off the bat, Tempo Melon's walking in staggered and being bullied into the wall. Vongola does more than just strike the core. He can strike you off the map as well. Now we're looking at a strong power play here from the side of Risk of Rain returns.
That pillar going up, taking down that barrier very quickly, and just down into the corner where Marissa's able to finish it off. Risk of Rain returns, taking that second set 3-0. Absolutely dominant that round. Unfortunately, yeah, that missile prop pickup by Tempo Melon, it was good. It just wasn't enough, you know? It just wasn't enough. But with specialized, built different, 1-2, another spark, a lot of cool stuff on the board here. We'll see if Arctic's poor naming skill is able to turn around.
Yep, grabbing Glass Cannon here. It's good on a midfielder, but also, a little bit of a nerf to a potential Ice Skates Dubu build on Arctic. Arctic Skates Dubu. And we have Tempo Melon finally getting a good awakening with 1-2 punch, but Vongola also ending up with that specialized. So it is the war of the X's here. Tricky also coming out with a second spark, looking to get some scaling online. Tempo Melon looking very low here.
Yeah, now Vongola, though, beating up Arctic as Tempo Melon is going to be going down. This is a lot of damage coming off of the side of Risk of Rain returns, looking to get this top barrier, able to get it with the bull rush, and now it's just a matter of time. 3 more seconds till Tempo Melon respawns. Great defense there. Risk of Rain returns, just maintaining control of it, and that's going to be Vongola able to get it around Arctic into the back. Has core flip up now, bull rushing it, and just punches Arctic off the map to get the goal. Well done there, and preserve the core flip in the process. This is going to look like a bit of a momentum round going into this one with the core flips up. 2 more about to be online for Risk of Rain returns as well, as core flip now coming out from Vongola to get that top barrier almost immediately. Tricky able to get the core away from Temple Melon as Temple Melon actually takes down Marissa. Pass up to Chicken Sheet, looking for the top corner, but Tricky able to clear it out. Vongola looking for the bottom, but gets shrunken, and Arctic now just able to get it back up to the forwards, but no one is able to score anything, unfortunately. Temple Melon whiffs the core flip there. Very unfortunate. Tricky's core flip now coming online, but so is Chicken Cheese. Burning it right here, sends it into the back, gets that top barrier, and that's Risk of Rain Returns now open. Tricky does have core flip though. Arctic about to get theirs as well. Dribble here from Temple Melon is unable to maintain control of it for the moment. Bandage is going to come out, but the forwards just fighting over the core as Arctic's going to be going down. Vongola taking him out and pushing up into this bottom corner now. This is going to be a second barrier coming down as Temple Melon actually takes out Vongola. It is 2v2 for the next few seconds here. Tricky does have the core flip still. Storm's coming out, but Chicken Sheet managing to hold it down on the defense as now Vongola has respawned. Overtime core as well. This thing is moving at Mach speed, and when it hits those hotshot rune pairs, it's gonna be going even faster. Core flip coming out from Tricky, but Soup coming out from Arctic in the midfield. Banish coming out as well to get it back through Tempo Melon as Tricky looking to try to find one of the forwards, able to find Marissa. Dribble from Vongola is interrupted by Tempo Melon now though. And not, unfortunately, just not a lot happening at the moment as storms are coming out though. Great save by Arctic. Absolute pixels away from the storm, just stuffing it in. But Marissa looking for the goal, finds Vongola in the top corner, and Arctic just can't quite roll there in time. So that's going to be Risk of Rain Returns taking that second one. That was a much longer round than I anticipated.
Fantastic bit of creativity there from Marissa, dribbling off the black hole for that pass to Vongola. And I also want to call out some of this fantastic midfielding that Marissa's been doing. We've been seeing some great buffs onto Vongola that have allowed them to really cook on the offense. But also they've been playing great defense to help keep the pressure off of Tricky, which is just so critical when you have a rune as your goalie that just doesn't have as many abilities to deal with people on top of them. Beautiful barrier takedown here by Risk of Rain Returns, and there we go. That is a swift, quick and painless first game, ending there with plenty of goals and KOs for everybody. Well played.
Well played indeed from Risk of Rain Returns. Looked really solid in those last two sets. So let's take a look at these stats here. Why don't we? Yeah, 20,000 damage on Vongola right now. Yeah, 3 KOs. Pretty decent indeed.
69 redirects as well. The true winner of this match.
The true winner of the match. Entirely, yeah. And Marissa getting the most redirects in the lobby as well. Yeah, definitely putting a lot of work in that midfield. Yeah, very well played there from Risk of Rain Returns. Just like the game, they are, really, what's the word? Like, meeting our expectations, pushing our expectations.
Yeah, no,
it's a good game. We enjoy the game.
We talked going into the match about how much experience Arctic's poor naming skills have playing with one another. I don't know how much time Risk of Rain Returns have spent playing together as a team, but it doesn't really matter. They really showed up and brought the synergy. Regardless of how much experience they have together, they worked beautifully together on the field and pulled out a very efficient win.
Yeah, for sure. We definitely saw some really solid barrier takedowns. Those rune pillars as well. They were getting placed pretty far up. Like that last round, we saw that top barrier actually fell to one of Tricky's rune pillars, getting placed right up in the thick of it. And those hot shot start definitely was pretty solid pickup there. But yeah, great game regardless. So that will be Risk of Rain Returns going on to fight Clamp in the next round, and let me pull up the bracket. That would be cool. But
we'll be jumping over to I believe that the name translated to our goalie is bad.
Yeah, Tapwater's Greek team.
Our goalie is bad versus Last Minute Lobsters.
Okay. Yeah. Last Minute Lobsters. Okay, here we go. I finally got the bracket to work. I don't like this website. Last Minute Lobsters, though, will have taken the win over Asher's Big Barriers in the quarterfinals. So we will be jumping over to their match, fighting the Filter Tapwater's Greek team shortly. And Risk of Rain Returns will be going on to fight Clamp in the semifinals. Winner of those, of course, going to the Grands for a shot at the wonderful Sony Motes and whatnot, what have you. Audi points as well, I believe. So we are just gonna wait on those players to get ready, rest, recuperate, recover for just a moment. But in the meantime, we are going to take a brief break, and we will be right back with that next match. So don't go anywhere. We will be back.
They can't hear us, right?
Yeah, you remember to take the Discord audio off, right? No. me freedom now. Free me from the banishment. I am free from banishment. Wonderful. We're back. We are back with semifinals. Last Minute Lobsters versus Filtered Tap Water's Greek team that had something. Our goalie is bad. And as the players are getting ready, it looks like they have selected Atlas's Lab as their map. So another Atlas Lab game here. Always love to see it. One of the better maps for sure. But over on the side, taking a look at these teams, over on the side of what is this? Filtered Tap Water's Greek team, we got I hate this name. Darn it.
Lalilolula?
You try saying that during the play. You try saying that really fast during the play.
I'll do it. I'll show you.
I can say it sometimes. I can't say it tonight. Whatever. You know the one. Jadinsky and Lolmao XDDD back once again. And on the other side, Last Minute Lobsters, we got Greer, Cat, Kupo, and Fridge with possibly the greatest possible way that you could have spelled Fridge known to mankind. I actually love that.
Is it pronounced Fridge? If so, that's legendary.
It's Fridge. I think it's Fridge. I don't know what else it would be.
In my head.
Frage? I think it's Fridge. I don't know. If someone knows the way to say that player's name, let us know. But I think that's Fridge, like refrigerator. And I just like the spelling of it. But it looks like all our players are ready. So we'll be jumping into this match shortly. Fridge? Yeah, it is Fridge. Thank you, Cat.
That's incredible.
That is actually incredible. I love that name. But yeah, it looks like Lalilola is on goalie and Greer is also on goalie. I believe usually when we see Lalilolula, yeah, they're usually on forward if I'm not mistaken. That's typically
they play a lot of brawler characters.
Yeah, I noticed there's a lot of Asher in our previous tournaments, but I'm curious to see how they perform on goalie. I don't think I've ever seen this before. But yeah, we're going to be loading in shortly. But what's your take on this, Click? What do you think we could be seeing for this? Because the Filtered Tap Water's Greek team did do pretty stellar in Swiss bracket. They got their bye. They were second place. So I'm curious to see where this goes.
I'm expecting to see a mirror match here. We've got 2 Kai goalie mains. We have 2 Estelle mains, presumably in the midfield. And maybe not a full mirror match because Lolmao XD has the Rasmus and Rune locked down, whereas Cat Kupo prefers to play Finny and Era and some more support-esque characters. But I think we'll see some duplicates here. And right off the bat, we're seeing an Aimee ban here from the side of our goalie. Or no, that's not our goalie is bad. That's Last Minute Lobsters that we're looking at right there. And then the Rasmus ban targeted there at Lol.
No, that's the right teams. That's the right teams. Yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I was looking for the name Filtered Tap Water, but that's
no. It's I think they're on a different account tonight.
Yes.
Yeah,
that would make sense. And we're seeing the Finny there, presumably from Cat Kupo. That is their most played character.
It's pronounced like Frage. Oh, that's not
Frage. I was right.
Frage. All right. Yeah, but Finny coming out, double Estelle. This game's gonna be gross. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like these characters, but Twin Drive, Spark of Stagger start. And looks like we got Lalilolula on yes, that was correct. It always sounds incorrect, but it is correct. Lalilolula with the strike shot Twin Drive Atlas. So curious to see where that goes. And Cat Kupo, of course, on the Finny. Not a lot of damage actually in that comp. You have Frage on Estelle. So I'm curious to see where that's going to go. But hey, if Finny gets the right awakenings, then she just becomes the brawler anyway. So it doesn't even matter. But this is going to be a quick open goal now here for Filtered Tap Water's Greek team. But they're looking to get a barrier of their own as Lalamau is pushing up, but a great save there by Greer, the log into the strike at the right moment, and double KO comes off of the black hole, actually, and a perfect stealth primary there from Frage is actually going to be what gets the goal. But yeah, Cat Kupo and Jadinsky both taken out by the black hole. That was kind of funny to watch at the same time. But yeah, first point goes over to Last Minute Lobsters.
Yeah, we're looking at we're looking at some pretty standard gear takes here, but the thing I'm most interested to see is Lollylalula grabbing Strike Shot Atlas. We saw a brief decrease in the popularity of Strike Shot, but with these new buffs, I hope we get to see some Strike Shot cooking tonight, as we are looking to see our goalie is bad, going for an offensive play here, but unable to find one. Lalamau XD dribbling, getting the core flip off of Greer.
Yeah, burning their own core flip, though, unfortunately, in the process. Frage, the only one now with it up. Cat Kubo going to be getting there shortly, but Frage with a double ding off of the core flip. That's a whole Atlas Lab angle. Gets the top, bounces to the bottom, but now Lalamau looking for an offensive push of their own, but it goes around the backside. Very unfortunate. That's the other Atlas Lab angle, and Cat Kupo with the core flip able to save it there for now. But Lalamau once again trying to find an offensive push as Last Man Lobster's burning abilities just to keep the core away from them. And Frage teleporting up, trying to find a shot, but it is cleared out now. And a strike shot there from Lollylola, able to actually clear it out of the Finny, keep it out of that safe, and passing up to the forward, up to Jadzinski, trying to get it into that top corner, but Greer holding it down. Lalamau actually finding the bottom corner there, though. Black hole is going to be popped now, clearing out the middle for Jadzinski and Lalamau to try and find some passing lanes here. But this double Estelle thing, it's a lot of midfield interruptions, but Jadzinski able to primary straight off of the kick from Greer and actually get the goal there. First point for our goalie is bad, aka Filter Tapwater's Greek team, preserving the core flip all the while. So going into this one, let's see what happens as the soup comes out pretty quickly there, able to get a barrier, the top barrier. Core flip, tried and clear it from Jadzinski, but Cat Kupo with the Finny primary is able to send it right back. But that will be the top barrier going down regardless from Jadzinski. And now Frage pushing up with Cat Kupo, trying to find an angle there, but Lollylolo is able to actually keep it out for the time being. But now an offensive push in return. Core flip coming out from Lollylola. Doesn't find the right angle though, unfortunately, but a Rose Thorn from Jadzinski will. And now with the goalie dead, that's the Dubu getting taken out right there. Lalamau trying to find the big push, but Cat Kupo holding it down on the defense with the core flip, keeping it cleared out as now Greer has respawned. They are safe for the moment, but their goal is still open, and Stell X, this is still carry, but Lalamau is taken out by the Finny secondary there. Huge damage off of Cat Kupo. I would not be surprised if they end this one with about 40k damage. That's just how Finny works. But Greer still holding it down. Lalamau has respawned, but now it's actually Jadzinski who is looking dangerously low, but it's Frage who actually gets taken out there by Lalamau, and a primary from Jadzinski is going to be what sends it into the goal. A lot of KOs that match, even without a brawler. Last Minute Lobsters still able to actually deal enough damage here to do some significant killing, and I think depending on what we see in these upcoming drafts, this team could actually look pretty scary in the future.
Windrive Finny is no joke. That is a kill right there, as I mention it.
Yeah.
You were worried about damage coming off of this team. Well, look no further than Cat Kupo's Finny and Frage getting those confirmed kills. Lalamau's dishing out plenty of damage too, though. We're seeing lots and lots of staggered players on both sides.
Yeah. And with Lollylolo's core flip coming up now, looks like a couple of core flips are going to be coming online relatively soon. In just a moment, but Jadzinski with the little dribble play able to get the top barrier. Core flip from Lollylola, but the Cat Kupo's Finny secondary is going to be blocking it. A bit of an unfortunate thing about that triple hit. You can just kind of set it up and forget about it. An unfortunate angle from Lalamau finds the second Atlas angle that just goes around the back of the lock and then burns the core flip. Oh, sad days to be Lalamau, but a great save from Lollylola is going to make up for it at the moment, as Jadzinski able to win the strike war there and actually find that second barrier, but Frage with the Estelle primary able to get one in response. Jadzinski looking very hurt at the moment. unable to really come out of this corner in fear of getting hit with one of the two 50 caliber sniper rifles that is over on the side of Last Minute Lobsters. Core flip from Greer here to save it. Core flip from Cat Kupo finds the bottom of the goal, the perfect angle to tie it up, bring it to match point.
Yeah, no, this is an interesting difference in the style of play of these two teams. Because on the side of Last Minute Lobsters, they've kind of got a double midfield running here. Finney is known for, being very supportive in the midfield, even though she puts out a lot of damage. So even though she's acting as a bit of a brawler right here, I was about to comment on how they have three characters that can play on defense, but the defense didn't work right there, as we saw both of their barriers go down. And Last Minute Lobsters now looking in a scary position for this match, or set point rather.
Yeah, and with Frage now very hurt at the moment. Loyal Mao's core flip coming online soon, and damage just coming out. Pops the X Maximus, just trying to deal a lot of damage as Frage is now staggered. Loyal Mao possibly looking for a kill, but doesn't have the cooldowns at the moment. Lolly Lola able to just keep it controlled for the moment, but Cat Kupo with the Finny secondary is going to be able to take down that barrier. Frage has core flip, but is staggered. This is a dangerous situation. Bringing the core flip here. Pass up to Cat Kupo. Can't find the angle, though, but gets the core flip out of Lolly Lola. And a great secondary there, actually, from the Atlas, able to prevent it from going into the goal by Pixels. Core flip coming out from Jajinsky point blank, but a roll from Claire is going to shut that down in its tracks. Soup comes out to shut down the core flip from Law Mao. Once again, it's just plays and counter plays. As now it's up to Frage, who's able to nail it with the primary. An unfortunate bounce there from Filtered Tapwater's Greek team to send it up to that side, but that's going to be Cat Kupo actually getting MVP as Last Minute Lobsters take that set. Yeah,
no, great stuff. With both Estelles having slip kicks here, Fight or Flight is an exciting pick to have on the table. But Last Minute Lobsters will be the first one to have that opportunity. Finney getting Fight or Flight here with Twin Drive is huge. But of course, Atlas's defensive power getting buffed significantly from that hot shot. And we actually see Estelle, Frage ending up with Super Surge instead of that Fight or Flight. So yeah, interesting stuff. Lola Mao XD going to be able to dish out a lot more damage with Perfect Form. Not too many Scaling Awakenings showing up quite yet, other than Greyer getting that second spark. And between that and the ever-scaling damage of Last Minute Lobsters, they're looking to put together quite a strong comp right here as they quickly take down both barriers in this first point of set 2.
Yeah, and now our goalie Sucks, able to actually take down a barrier in response, but a bounce there from Frage off of the goofy corner of the goal box. That, that's always going to get anyone. Able to actually take the first point, Last Minute Lobsters. Going into the next kickoff here, Frage with a very solid kickoff combo, the ult into the teleport. Unfortunately, can't find anything. Wasn't any other support coming up from behind, but will manage to find the top barrier off of that. Now tries to go for the bottom one, but Lolly Lola is there with the strike shots. Law Mao is able to bell ringer it to get both of the barriers, and Jajinsky with the Rose Warp able to just send it right into the top of the barrier. Guerrero was unable to get there in time, unfortunately. Well done there, actually. From Filtered Tapwater's Greek team. Lolly Lola still has core flip. Law Mao about to be getting theirs shortly, but Greer gonna have core flip in just a moment as well, so could be seeing some big shots coming out as Greer is burning the core flip right now. Passes up to Cat Kupo, pass to Frage, able to get that top barrier. Beautiful passing play there. And now it's Cat Kupo who has the core flip, as Jajinsky looking very, very hurt. Last Minute Lobsters looking potentially for a kill here as Cat Kupo flips it down into the bottom to get that second barrier. And now it is Law Mao looking for a barrier of their own, but Jajinsky just taking so much damage, is incredibly staggered here. Lolly Lola doesn't have too many places to send it with these ranged characters standing up in the goal box like that. Frage's core flip is online, looking for a shot potentially, and Lolly Lola waiting for the last minute to try and clear it, but Cat Kupo is standing right there, nowhere to send that. That's going to be Last Minute Lobsters taking their second point.
That was some great playing around Fight or Flight there from Cat Kupo. Not only because Jajinsky, as the midfield is really the linchpin of our goalie is bad right now, but also because every time they were staggering Jajinsky, they were getting a refresh on that Finny secondary, which just allows them to pump out even more damage. Lola Mao XD looking for a power play here, though.
But the saves there actually from, it looked like Frage stopped that point blank core flip. I think the core flip actually ran out to stop it, but now it's just a lot of defensive play. Cat Kupo once again with the great positioning up in that goal box, able to stop it from getting in and just make those saves. But now it's Greer versus Jadinsky. The Soup's going to come out to just ensure that it gets saved for the moment. Both goals are open, and it's just a battle of the midfields as they pass down to Cat Kupo, able to core flip it in at the top. Will secure the second set for last-minute Lobsters. Pretty actually stellar coordination from the side of last-minute Lobsters there on that defense. There were a couple really solid saves from Cat Kupo and Frage when Greer just wasn't able to cover all the angles.
Certainly, yeah. And this is an exciting pick for Finny here. Take your pick of good Finny items. There's the Deadeye right there. Going to be a huge boost for every single one of her abilities. We see that's not Jadinsky. That's Frage going to deny the quick strike there from Lola Mao's X. And they let aerials float all the way back to Jadinsky, who has been such a prominent force in the midfield. At this point, we're looking at how fast Cat Kupo can be able to take down Jadinsky's core control capabilities to shut down the offense from the side of our goalie is bad. And I mean, that's going to be the win condition for both teams here. Is can our goalie is bad core control faster than Cat Kupo can stagger them? And we are looking at some stellar strike wars and ability coordination there from Frage. But it doesn't even matter. Jadinsky with that aerials pickup is able to be anywhere they need to on the map and send a beautiful secondary into primary for a clean goal.
Yeah, great snipe there from Jadinsky. But going into the kickoff once again, Frage with the same kickoff combo, able to actually nail it this time with the help from the primary, is able to actually get that bottom barrier. But Lola Mao able to get a bottom barrier in return. And now it's Lola Mao pushing up. That is like the fourth time that they've hit that angle where it just goes around the back. That is just sad. Able to get the top barrier regardless, but still, it's always painful to watch. And now core flip from Lolly Lola. Just to try and send it out, try and save it, but does burn Frage's core flip in the process as Lola Mao's about to have theirs up in any moment now. But Frage with the Rose Warp able to get up there and take down the second barrier. Both teams open now. Roll from Greer to stop the puck and send it out as it is currently stuck in the black hole. Lola Mao will take it out, and the Finny ult exploding will actually be able to send it in. Lola Mao rearranging it at the last moment there. Red cores it just straight into the bottom of the goal, preserves the core flip into the next round. And this is looking like a pretty stellar set about to come out from Filter Tapwater's Greek team, because I genuinely keep forgetting the actual name of it.
Our goalie is bad.
Our goalie is bad, yeah. But Jadinsky able to take down Frage, but they can take it out themselves. Greer does have core flip, burning it here to save that. Lolly Lola not going to let anything bad come of it until their forward has respawned, but it's just a bit of a passing game, waiting for respawns to come up. And now here we go, 3v3 once again. Frage teleporting in, can't get anything off of Lolly Lola though, holding it down as Cat Kupo just have one of those dangerous core flips up again, but a great strike shot there from Lolly Lola, intercepts the pass, but Frage will get the bottom barrier regardless. Lola Mao burning core flip here, but Cat Kupo shuts it down with the primary. Frage looking dangerously low, pass from Jadinsky to Lola Mao, sends it up to the top, and Jadinsky teleports in to secure it. That's going to be the set going over to our goalie is bad, written in Greek.
Yeah, this is their time to come back right here. The one thing that they've got to be terrified of is somebody's got to deny that third spark from Greer here. But we have Lola Mao hovering tempo swing as well. So yeah, two great awakenings on the board here for last minute Lobsters that are tons of great awakenings. Who am I kidding? They can deny anything that they want here. Jadinsky opts for extra special, which with that aerials provides some very far-reaching core control capability. Lolly Lalula, I suppose hoping to stay alive, but also denying that absolutely disgusting tempo swing from Finny. But Cat Kupo ends up with prize fighter anyways, and they've been getting plenty of KOs to support that decision.
Absolutely chilling pick on Finny right there. As Jadinsky's health bar is already looking low, and Lola Mao now able to get that bottom barrier, and looks like they're trying to keep up the offensive pressure, but Frage says no, and double dings actually gets the rebound off of the first one and just gets the second one immediately, as Jadinsky is super hurt but still managing to stay alive. Frage looking for a kill combo but just can't quite find it just yet, but they are staggered at the moment. Lola Mao looking pretty hurt themselves. This is not a great place for our goalie is bad, written in Greek. Core Flip will be online from Lola pretty shortly, and Lol Mao, but they just have to recover. It looks like their health bars are back up to normal, but Greer is still just holding it down in the 1v1. Now, Cat Kupo, once again, trying to find it, but Lola shuts it down with the secondary, but Lol Mao will be the one to get the top barrier, and Core Flip now coming out, and a bull rush straight through Greer is going to be what secures it. As the first point of this set goes over to Our Goalie Is Bad.
Yeah, they're in a great position right now on this fourth set, looking to stay in it. They've got plenty of core flips online on both sides, so we're probably about to see some high speed core action, but some fantastic offense there.
Wow!
From Our Goalie Is Bad, and all the core flips come out simultaneously.
Yeah, what a chain there. Greer to Cat Kupo to Lola. As now Jadinsky is able to take down the second barrier, looking for a pass up to Lol Mao, pops the X Maximus, but isn't able to get anything off of it. Black Hole's gonna pop, hurting Fridge and Lola, and actually taking in that second barrier. Lola looking dangerously low. Is Frage able to take them out? I think that was Cat Kupo's spinny ult actually, but a core flip from Frage is gonna secure it, sends it straight through both forwards. Tied up now. 2 more of those for last minute lobsters, and they can take this game. But core flips are gonna be online for Our Goalie Is Bad, written in Greek, very shortly, so we're gonna have to see where this goes, if they can keep up this momentum or not.
Oh man, we're seeing a little bit less of an offense differential than I would expect from this setup. I would expect for Our Goalie Is Bad to be pumping out all sorts of plays with a strong backup from Crier, and oh my gosh, a quick KO there, but it doesn't even matter. Even with the 2v3, Our Goalie Is Bad going for a double ding right there.
Lol Mao getting that double ding off of the core flip, as though Frage and Greer's core flips about to be coming up. Cat Kupo is going to be coming up soon as well, and looks like there's the core flips online right now as Lol Mao takes out Cat Kupo with an unfortunate black hole popping. He's going to send it way too far up. Lola can't reach it in time. So that'll be the second point now for Late Night Lobsters. Or Last Minute Lobsters. I'm going to keep calling them the wrong name. Both of these team names are bad. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. I'm going to keep messing them up. But core flips still preserved for Last Minute Lobsters, as Frage trying to take it up the field now. Jadinsky on the top side, though, to keep it away from Cat Kupo for the moment, as they're looking to push this top corner. Lola able to get it out and back up to Lol Mao XDD. But Greer able to roll and get it out of there for the moment. Core flip coming out now from Frage, hits that bottom corner and is able to get that bottom barrier off of it. Cat Kupo looking to push up from the bottom side, but Lola there to defend. Not enough offensive pressure off of that one. Finny ult's going to come out, and Jadinsky, though, there to catch the rebound and get the top barrier. Lol Mao almost going to have core flip. Looking to push up. Lola passing up, trying to get it over to Lol Mao. They got to get out of this tight situation. Greer spends the soup on the top. Black hole pops, and that's Jadinsky going down. Pass from Lola, trying to get it up to Lol Mao, but just can't. They both have core flip. Lol Mao spending it right there to take down the Estelle, and manages to find the bottom corner in the 1v1. This is a match point for Last Minute Lobsters, and set point for both teams. If Our Goalie Is Bad wants to hang on, they gotta take this one more point. They gotta keep it up.
Particularly scary for them now that that triple prize fighter stack is online from Cat Kupo. That's a lot of damage coming out from a Deadeye Finny right there, as Lola Mao gets triple debuffed and absolutely nerfed to all things as they get carted off the map.
Off the map there, yeah. And the bounce, the ricochet there, Lola sends it right to Frage. Great positioning to get the goal and take the game. That's going to be Last Minute Lobsters going to grand finals. GG. Well played from both sides. But yeah.
Who says Finny isn't a brawler? Did anyone ever say
no
that?
One, actually, I think people have been saying that. I think that's the problem right
Many
now.
people are saying this. 7 KOs from Cat Kupo.
48,000 damage, almost hitting 50,000.
And the phenomenal thing, really,
40 to 50k damage on that Finny. And it looks like I was right.
The phenomenal thing is that usually, in order to get that quantity of damage and KOs, you would have to sacrifice so much core control. You'd have to play a crazy good X with good awakenings, But I mean, if you've got a Finny and you've got a player that can control them that well, with a build like that, you don't need to sacrifice core control for Awakenings. We see Cat Kupo pulling out 3 goals, 3 assists, 161 redirects, gapping both of the enemy forwards. I mean, that is some fantastic play there. Not just from Cat Kupo, but from all of the last minute lobsters, playing some incredible gameplay around that Finny debuff. Wonderful job to all 3 of them.
Yeah, and with that, that's going to be last minute lobsters securing their spot in Grands. Our goalie is bad, written in Greek, will be going to the 3rd place tiebreaker bracket. Meanwhile, Clamp versus Risk of Rain returns. Their match still ongoing. We will see which of them will be going to 3rd place, in which we'll be fighting last minute lobsters here in the Grands, which will be best of 3 as well. So these have all been best of 1, but Grands we do best of 3. So well played there from last minute lobsters for sure. Finny is gross. Finny is absolutely gross. But Cat Kupo had some pretty stellar positioning and pretty stellar play on the character regardless. So I'm excited. I'm excited for this next for our Grands. I think this is definitely going to be a pretty stellar one for sure. We could see more of lobsters doing lobster things. But in the meantime, we're just waiting for the semifinal match to finish. Oh, actually, it looks like they just finished. Looks like Risk of Rain Returns has actually beaten Clamp, which that counts as an upset. That's actually an upset.
That is an upset. That is
indeed an upset.
Right there.
So yeah, we're gonna be seeing Risk of Rain Returns coming into Grands against last minute lobsters. That's gonna be a match for sure.
Yeah, we just saw some fantastic play around Finny from the last minute lobsters, and Risk of Rain Returns were the goats of core control when they were on the field. In addition to Vongol playing some fantastic X and getting plenty of KOs of their own. So between those 2 teams, we have an exciting matchup to say the least.
Yes, definitely. This is gonna. I would not be surprised if this is a game 3 type of day for these Grands. We saw it last week, the massive upset from Bum Bum Bonanza, taking it into the bracket reset. No bracket resets tonight. We didn't have enough teams for that. We didn't have enough time for that. But still, regardless, it's going to be a solid match for sure. So, as soon as we're ready, I think we would just be jumping right into that one. But also, yeah, it looks like 3rd place will actually just be going over to Clamp. The Greek team has decided to forfeit on grounds of being sleepy. So congratulations on 3rd place, Clamp.
Can't fault anybody for loving their pillows.
Can't fault anyone for being eepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be going into this Grands very, very shortly.
Not too much of an introduction needed for either of these teams. We got to follow both of them through their runs up to the grand final. Yeah, it's more than anything, we're looking to see how both of these teams' play styles matches up. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Last Minute Lobsters decides to run the double midfield again. Seems to work out very well for them right there. And I mean, they countered the X comp that we know Risk of Rain Returns was running on their run up. We don't know what they used against Clamp. I'm sure that they have some sort of other weapon in the back pocket. And as always with a best of 3, they'll have the chance to adapt here and be able to overcome whatever challenges they might meet. So we might see a Finny ban here somewhere in the middle of this best of 3 if Cat Kupo's giving them issues. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Finny gameplay, the Finny sweep, will be the only thing that we see. I won't be surprised if we get that streak interrupted. somewhere in the middle of here.
Yeah, I'm also curious to see where the map picks go as well, because so far we've seen just Atlas Lab twice in a row, which
Yeah, we got to see more than that.
Atlas Lab, Night Market, the safe picks, the standard picks. It comes down to that quite often, but we do have other maps that are legal. I believe Aten City and Demon Dice are in fact legal in this series. So I would be curious to see if either team decides to take it to one of those, especially Demon Dice brawler map. Finny is absolutely disgusting on it. Even
With
before
both-
the rework, the ult in general is like arguably one of the best ways of securing locks on that map. It's absolutely gross.
With both of these teams running, pretty heavy hitting damage comps.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they leave Demon Deas on the table here, and we look to see a bloodbath on that map.
Yeah, I would. I am. Part of me does want to see a Demon Dice match. We usually get one per tournament. So it would be nice, but
we haven't seen Aten. We haven't seen Aten. It's been so long.
Right. It's been so long, but also no one likes that map because
I like that
fun.
map. I am an Aten stan. I will.
It's better than some maps in this game.
I will defend Aten. Aten beats Inkies any day of the week.
Everything beats Inkies. I will like.
Yeah, but don't
trying
take
to think
that
of
from
something
Aten.
I can say on stream.
Don't take that from
you know
Aten.
what I mean. I will do painful things to my body before I play on Inkies.
That's a statement.
That is it's a statement that won't get me kicked out.
Yeah, telepole Geo in the chat. Calm down, guys. It's not that bad. You're right. It's not that bad. I'm a bit of an Inkies apologist myself.
I'm not.
I've been known to leave it on the table in tournament play. Inkies is not that bad, but it's still pretty bad.
It's like bad as in like it's the worst. It's the worst map in the game. Bad.
This is in fact a best of 3. We have Saikeen, our little man in the back, confirming that we're about to see potentially 3 matches come out from these teams. Shout out to Saikeen, by the way, throwing all this together last minute. I know we had that little scuffed. I mean, what? No, this stream wasn't scuffed at all. Saikeen did everything correctly.
No, when we started, everything was fine.
Yeah.
When we started at what 10 10 we started at 10:10 Eastern Standard Time with the stream. We didn't start streaming before that. There was no stream before that. So anything that may be in the VOD that happens before that timestamp, that's a lie.
You imagined all of it.
None of it's there.
So true. I support this.
But yeah. You're funny. You think people can hear you. But regardless, we're just waiting on the players to take a quick break. So in the meantime, we will take also a quick break. So we'll be right back. 2-minute break. So stay right here. We'll be coming back with the grand finals in just a moment. Hello, we are back. Going into our grand final match. This is hype. Risk of Rain Returns versus Last Minute Lobsters. Both 4-1 currently. Still very stellar scores going into the grands. But yeah, we got Risk of Rain Returns. Streamed them earlier. We got Tricky, Vongola, and Marissa versus Last Minute Lobsters, which is Frege, Cat, Kupo, and Greer. So, yeah, looks like they're selecting their maps. Best of 3 map selections are all predetermined for anyone who is not familiar with the process. But yeah, so going into best of 3, they basically select their 2 maps, and then whichever one is left from like the banning phase is the one that the third game will play on. So we know the map rotation whenever they input that. But this is gonna be an exciting match. I would not be surprised if this goes into game 3. I'm excited to see what both teams are pulling out. Both have been running some brawler heavy stuff, some kill heavy stuff. And when 2 kill teams meet up, well, 2 go in, 1 comes out. One way or another, this is going to be a bloodbath. So I'm very excited to see where this goes.
I'm just looking real quick at what else Frege has in the oven. They do have a Zentaro in the pocket that could back up the Cat Kupo Finny potentially. If we'd be looking to see if we'd be looking to see some more Finny gameplay. And we're getting word right now that both teams are Westies. We're taking a vacation to California. Name your favorite city in California, and that's where we're casting from right now.
Yeah.
It is Westy Wednesday. Don't take a look at your calendars. It's Westy Wednesday. We've changed the date.
San Francisco Friday.
It's San Francisco Friday.
Yeah.
Let's go.
See, they get to cheat a little bit because it could also be San Francisco Saturday, and like that would still kind of work. So,
and it appears that we are doing Demon Days.
Okay, yeah, I did want to see this. Yes,
this is exactly what we were talking about before we went into intermission. We're hoping to see a bloodbath here. We're hoping to see the bodies hit the floor.
Yeah. So if you are joining us, if you haven't seen before intermission, we were discussing possible map picks as both of these teams have been running some brawler heavy stuff. We've seen Cat Kupo on a pretty dominant looking Finny, and Demon Dice is the brawler map, and it is by far the premier Finny map. Everything that Finny is about, Demon Dice offers. The Finny ult secures those locks very easily. The debuff is absolutely gross to watch and makes me upset to look at it in the game. But but I love to see a good Demon Dice match, and I am excited for this one. So running into our ban phase here, I'm curious to see if Risk of Rain Returns has taken note of last match and whether they choose to ban the Finny or not. And it looks like actually, yes, it will be a Finny ban. Pretty smart move, I would say. So Cat Kupo will have to pick something else here. Duno ban coming out from the side of Last Minute Lobsters. And going into the pick phase, Marissa's still hovering that Octavia. Hasn't changed yet.
That's a bold pick on this
map. That is a very ambitious pick on Demon Dice, especially against a team like Last Minute Lobsters. Though without the Finny, their damage is significantly reduced. And looks like an era pick actually coming out. Marissa's still hovering that Octavia, though.
It makes me wonder if we're looking at a stagger swagger start here.
It could potentially be stagger swagger. It could also potentially be cast to last, as I'm now seeing the X era Tricky on the rune once again. And it's like Rasmus goalie for Greer, if I were to wager a guess. But yeah, that's certainly an ambitious team comp from the side of Risk of Rain Returns. Octavia, Rune, Asher, and yeah, it's Chrono Boost, Tempo Swing, Start. So this is a huge investment now for Risk of Rain Returns. They have the Chrono Boost Octavia. They have to keep it alive, though, against the Rasmus goalie and Frege on that Tempo Swing. X, it's definitely going to be a challenge, and already Marissa is at half health, but this is just the first set, and the flow state is still up for the moment, managing to do a pretty solid job of keeping it up. We'll finally run out here, but Risk of Rain Returns is open now, and Frage is the only level 2 at the moment. Marissa just hitting it right there, as Vongola is able to take down that second barrier. But now Frage pushing up, looking actually for a kill on Marissa. Can't quite find it yet. I wonder if the X Maximus is going to be enough damage. Not quite. One strike too short, unfortunately, as Vongola is looking to retaliate for the damage done to their teammates. And now with both barriers open, these side speakers are going to be pretty big on this map. And Vongola able to actually take out the X there, but an unfortunate pillar send. Cat Kupo once again with the positioning to secure that goal. Yeah, it's just literally just standing in the right spots. Cat Kupo has done that multiple times now between this match and last match. So I'm curious to see where this goes now, as it is in the back side of Risk of Rain Returns goal. Tricky able to get it out with a back clear, but Frage pushing right back in the top corner, and Marissa getting taken out there pretty quickly and decisively by Frage. Yeah, Octavia on this map, definitely a huge gamble. We'll have to see what the draft can bail Marissa out a little bit, but Vongola also taking a lot of damage here. Does have core flip here, pushing up into the pocket, but Greer is able to get it out even through the Asher primary. Very well played there from Greer. Banish coming out, banishes Cat Kupo. Tricky able to clear it out through that. Tricky has had some great banishes as core flips are coming online. Cat Kupo burning theirs right here. Bounces around the corner though, a bit of unfortunate as Frage whiffs the core flip and gets taken out by Greer with the pull. Rasmus goalie still goes hard, especially on this map. And now pass up from the back. Pillars coming out though to just keep the pressure on in the 2v3. Frage able to respawn without losing too much though, but Cat Kupo looking pretty low as one of the barriers will go down, and Vongola standing up to get the second one. Core flip now coming out from Greer to protect the open goal. Tricky does have their core flip, burning it here, sends it up to the top. Can't find anything there though, no forwards to capitalize on it, but Marissa's core flip about to be coming out in just a moment. Cat Kupo evasiving the Octavia ult, but gets taken out by Vongola, but Frage able to take out Marissa in return, and now it's just a 2v2 between Greer, Vongola, Tricky, and Frage for the next few seconds. Good stalling there by Tricky able to just keep it away from Frage. Pull there from Greer to regain control of the core, and solid defense from Cat Kupo and Greer. Just once again, the timing on the strikes, the positioning has been on point here from late night or last minute lobsters. It's just a bit of a battle in the midfield. Frage does have core flip, but isn't going to need a pass there to Vongola. Is going to be able to be enough for Risk of Rain Returns to get that first point for them.
Yeah, certainly. We saw a surprising amount of damage come out there from the side of Risk of Rain Returns. We weren't expecting them to be able to put out the staggered hits, but I mean, right now we're seeing Frage being staggered again and tossed around by this Octavia ult. I mean, Asher and Octavia had the potential to put out some hits, and this Pauldron's pick on Tricky's rune has the potential to really deal some damage as well, as we're seeing some trading of the barriers here, and Vongola gets their core flip online. Takes out the second barrier, cracking open both goal boxes, looking for a shot, unable to find one though.
Yeah, but the defense from last minute lobsters too strong. Cat Kupo core flipping here, but Marissa there to stop it immediately. And now Marissa about to have their core flip as well, burning the Octavia ult to garner enough energy actually, but I can't find anything off of that. Unfortunately, Greer burning their core flip here to try and save it, but Vongola standing up in his face like that, just able to strike it right in. So second point now going over to Risk of Rain Returns. So far, Marissa has been doing a pretty solid job of staying alive as far as Octavia on Demon Dice goes, especially into this X matchup. So I'm curious to see where this goes, as Banish coming out from Tricky, but no barriers able to go down there. Vongola will actually be able to get one right there though, and Cat Kupo able to get one off of the middle. But now it is Cat, Koopa, and Frage pushing that top corner. Tricky trying to clear it down to Marissa. Greer pushing up to try and apply some type of pressure. Bit of a ping pong through the middle there is going to result in last minute Lobsters losing their second barrier. Tricky does have core flip, as that's going to be Marissa actually getting a kill. Frage looking super low themselves. This is a dangerous spot. Goal is open, and Frage gets taken out by Vongola as a 1v3. Greer has to hold it down, wins a strike ward there, but Marissa is going to be able to find the top of the goal box, and that'll be Risk of Rain Returns taking that first set. And I think, yeah, Vongola is going to be the one getting MVP here. So depending on what we get in this draft,
that is hell.
Yeah.
Seeing two big awakenings, Castellast and Twin Drive, on the table for that Octavia. I mean, obviously, we're going to see Castellast float over here to Cat Kupo. But, I mean, Twin Drive on Octavia with Chrono Boost, that is a build and a half right there. We're seeing them actually wait here, hold off on the pick, and opt for Specialized instead to deny the X.
Wow.
And we see Twin Drive float right on through this draft.
Wow.
I don't think that Frage is too upset, though, ending up with peak performance to buff their tempo swing start. We'll see if that Specialized play pays off as they get a KO right here. You know what? I'm not going to question it. Marissa, you play your game. If they keep being able to pump out some Octavia kills like that,
what
it doesn't
a save
matter.
there from Greer, though, on the goal line, but unfortunately Marissa is still able to find the bottom. And yeah, that Specialized trading was a very ambitious pickup from Marissa. But then again, the Octavia pick in the beginning was also incredibly ambitious. So I think we could definitely see this play out potentially pretty well for them as the Awakenings are starting to come online. And like we saw right there, they are able to get that first point. But now it's last minute Lobsters who are applying the pressure, as most of this first part of this set, or this round, they're able to hold it up, but that's going to be Cat Kupo getting taken out, and now Marissa taking a lot of damage as both of the goal locks fall, though, for last minute Lobsters. Greer does have core flip online. Marissa about to be getting theirs in just a moment as well. The Hot Shots Rune Pillar, though, trying to keep it on that side. Greer burning the core flip to keep it clear for the moment. Marissa has core flip online now, burning it here, sending it down to the bottom. Core flip from Vongola off the rebound, and that's going to be finding the bottom of the goal. Yeah, Vongola taking that second point now. Well played from Risk of Rain Returns. Big power play there at the end.
That was some absolutely beautiful coordination there. With the chained core flips into a wonderful delay from Vongola, baiting out the strike from Greer. But right off the bat, oh my gosh, that Octavia ult. Right off the bat, we're seeing some strong ebb and flow offense from both sides, trading the barriers here. Marissa keeping this flow state alive and actually taking that second barrier, looking to keep it alive further, and they managed to grab it just right there at the end. Barely hanging on by a thread, though.
Evade some of the damage coming out from Frage, who's going to be having core flip in just a moment. Tricky has their core flip at the moment, pushing up into the midfield, seeing if they can apply some offensive pressure, burning it here, looking for the bottom, and Vongola is going to be able there to push it right in. Great offensive pressure there from Tricky. That will be the next set now, going over to Risk of Rain Returns, and Marissa with the MVP. Anything that they want here on the board. Looks like Fight or Flight could be a huge pickup potentially for the Octavia, but we're gonna have to see here. It looks like, yeah, that is gonna be the Fight or Flight going. That's actually massive.
Vongola going for that second spark there. Good scaling on their side, and Frage ending up with heavy impact, really getting the cooldowns online to aid in that tempo swing damage. Unfortunate picks here for the Era, but I mean, Glass Cannon is always a good pickup. And do you really need any more with Era, with Chronocast online? I think not, as we head into our second set, or third set rather.
Yeah, Marissa's health bar immediately getting taken away there by Frage. The banish coming out from Tricky to actually keep them alive, but both barriers falling for last minute Lobsters. Tricky passing down to Marissa, trying to get it up to Vongola, trying to find some kind of offensive pressure, but Marissa without any stagger can't do much, but a well-placed pillar there from Tricky is going to be able to send it in. Greer suffering against these hotshot runes. What's a little Rasmus to do against this type of pressure? Yeah, those barriers went down very, very quickly there. It just didn't even matter that Marissa was out of the play for most of that. But yeah, these pillars just coming up at such a rate now with this prime time is actually a little bit insane, but that will be last minute lobsters getting the first barrier there. Frage looking to potentially get the second one. Can't quite find the angle though. Has core flip up though. Marissa running in with that specialized ult, able to get both barriers with some help from Vongola, and now it's just offensive pressure. Greer super low. Vongola looking for a kill, just standing right on top of them, but Marissa is very staggered as Frage is looking for a kill of their own potentially. No KOs coming out for the moment, but yeah, Marissa still staggers. Cat Kupo pushing that top corner, able to grab that second barrier. Tricky trying to clear it out, able to get it over to the other side of the field, but Marissa in the midfield trying to get it through Cat Kupo. Greer keeping it away from Vongola, pushing up to that midfield to just keep Vongola out of it. Greer becomes the forward, gets the kill on Marissa in the goalie box, looking for a shot, pass up to Frage, finds the shot with the goalie box. What a play there from Greer and last minute lobsters.
That was a
Holy.
fantastic rotation. Fantastic rotation. And Cat Kupo saves the core flip for use probably in this set right here.
Holy, Marissa's health bar now once again gone as the core flips come out. Vongola able to get both locks off of it and a core flip in the process. And oh, strike war lost there from Greer. Very unfortunate. Vongola able to just stick it right in. Greer is now just resorted to just standing in front of Vongola to prevent the core from ever even getting to them, because that Asher's just gonna stuff it right in, and with Tricky on the rune, just gonna put a pillar anywhere that any possible out clear angle makes it so difficult to control it in those tight situations, especially as someone like Rasmus. But now it's Cat Kupo's whose health is looking pretty low. Vongola kind of hovering. I'm looking potentially for a KO shortly. No, it looks like they're gonna recover. That stagger swagger coming in big, but still the damage still is coming out, just pouring out. And both teams doing a stellar job of keeping the core away, but a core flip now from Frage is shut down by a pillar, but the rebound's gonna find the goal lock anyway, and a strike war win there from Frage is gonna find the bottom of the goal. And now it's all tied up in this next set. It's game point for Risk of Rain Returns and match point for last minute lobsters. They need to get this set to hold on and drag this out, but when you have a scaling team like Risk of Rain Returns, that just becomes so much harder. They need to get items for Frage. They need to hold on, and with a core flip now coming out from Greer to try and hold on for just a little bit longer. Vongola does have core flip though, as that first barrier is going to go down. Marissa looks for a kill, but just can't quite find it as Greer is pushed way up into the goalie box, looking for the hook, looking for the pendulum swing. It's going to be Frage in the midfield who actually finds that barriers. Now Cat Kupo has become the goalie. Greer pushed up with Frage once again. These goalie rotations go hard, passing up to the top corner. Frage isn't able to get there in time as Greer takes a lot of damage, is staggered. Frage trying to stuff it through, can't get it through the room pillar as Greer is taken out, and the second barrier falls. 2v3 now as Marissa and Tricky looking for a way to get this core up to Vongola. Both almost going to be having core flip shortly. Cat Kupo does have theirs as well. Just trying to clear it out. Greer is alive. Core flip from Cat Kupo, clears it out, dies in the process. As now Tricky sends out the banish, waits for it. Frage can't do much there. Greer winning the strike war there. Frage trying to keep it out. Core flip from the holy, what a check, but what a save by Tricky with the core flip. Now Marissa's core flip coming out, gets it around Frage. Greer able to defend, but barely. This is tight. This is very, very tight as Frage trying to get something off the speaker, but the room pillar is in the way. Marissa trying to get it up to Vongola, but just can't get it through the Rasmus range. It is just back and forth now in overtime. Ult coming out from Marissa. Can't find a kill, but Vongola with the strike war win is going to be what sends it in. And that's going to be Risk of Rain Returns taking game one. What a round. What a game. Very exciting stuff.
You could not ask for a more thrilling point to end off this first game in this best of 3 series. And we see a MVP there going to Marissa. We all questioned the Octavia pick, but you know what? 5 KOs on Octavia and plenty of redirects to boot. We're not going to question you, Marissa. We're not going to question you. And you know who's going to think twice before letting Marissa have that Octavia again is why have I just forgotten their team name?
Lobsters?
The Last Minute Lobsters.
I've been forgetting the team name all night. It's fine.
They're not gonna they're gonna think twice before letting Marissa have that Octavia pick again. They pulled off some impressive plays there. Still some critical things here though. Frage getting 99 redirects on X. That's always impressive.
Yeah.
And Greyer with the Rasmus goalie was able to put in an impressive 42 saves, as well as get those really good goalie rotations. I'm looking forward to seeing more of those in the coming matches. It seemed like a lot of the strongest offensive pushes from Last Minute Lobsters were during those goalie rotations between Cat Kupo and Greyer. So if they're able to whip out that tech some more, I have no doubt that we are not looking to see this series end so easily in a 2-0 victory from the Risk of Rain returns. But we'll see how it proceeds as we jump into match 2, which by the looks of things is going to be on Atlas Lab.
Yeah, it is in fact going to be on Atlas Lab. But yeah, the Asher matchup, especially on Demon Dice, is not particularly great spot for Rasmus goalie. Rasmus' whole thing on goalie is almost like how Kai works, where you just want to keep the core from ever getting to the forward in the first place, because if they have it and they get in your face, then there's not a lot that you can do. You kind of have to shut that down really before it happens. So especially on a tight range map like that, Rasmus goalie is good on Demon Dice. It is going to be a little bit comp dependent. I think Greer played very well. Like we saw, those goalie rotations were very nice. Some very hype moments off of that. So I'm curious to see how they carry this over now into the Atlas Lab game, and I'm also curious to see if the Finny ban remains. Because the previous matches we did see on Atlas Lab was where Cat Kupo played that Finny and absolutely dominated. But I wonder if the other team, Risk of Rain Returns, will take that into consideration when banning, or if that was just a one-off. This is Demon Dice and Cat Kupo has a Finny, and as Chrono Boost start, we're gonna ban Finny. So I'm curious to see where this goes. It might be Awakening dependent, but
Cat
yeah,
Kupo
as we just
certainly
wait.
seemed a little far from home there on the Era pick. Definitely more comfortable on the Finny. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cat Kupo jumping in as goalie in this coming round. They have a good goalie roster with Atlas, Vice, and Luna in addition to Finny, and a little bit of Era goalie, which is certainly an unconventional pick, but not unheard of.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think Era is particularly great on Demon Dice either. Like, some people play it. I can never really get behind it. I feel like most of the time I see it tends to be a lot of dead screen respawn timer,
Yeah, it's a little harder with even though people are pretty clustered in portions of the map, I think it can sometimes be difficult to get those Era primaries to really do the work that you want them to do on Demon Days. So I would agree. I think that it's certainly a bit of a situational pick for the map. It doesn't always pay out as good as our lovely Era players would hope it would. We're jumping in here though.
We're loading in now to Atlas's lab.
We're seeing a Zakaro pick covered from Vongola.
Possibly, yeah. Curious to see what comes out. Look at another Finny ban.
There goes the Finny
that
ban.
That tracks, yeah. I'm curious to see. I assume Tricky is going to stay on that Rune Pauldron's goalie. I was like an Asher ban actually coming out of Angola. Probably going to rely on that X pick, though. Last Minute Lobsters definitely had a bit of trouble against that. That Asher, though I would argue that was definitely a character and map matchup, I think. But Estelle, Dubu, looks like they are going to let Marissa have the Juno. And now, okay, this is actually huge. I believe this is Greer on now, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, wait, Dubu. My bad. No, it's Cat Kupo on now. Okay, yeah, midfield Cat Kupo. Oh, now this is interesting. This is interesting. Yeah, because now in the midfield, it doesn't have a huge presence. I still think she's definitely better on goalie. So we'll see how this plays out, though. Cat Kupo has had some pretty solid positioning and just strikes in general. So I'm curious to see where this goes. And a perfect form, peak performance start is going to be everyone taking perfect except for Cat Kupo and Guerre, who took the stagger items. But with one barrier down on each side, it's just going to be a little bit of a battle of the midfield as Last Minute Lobsters is once again running that double midfield comp that we saw in their previous game, their previous match.
Yeah, it worked quite well for them back then. We'll see how it turns out right now as they're opting for a healing-based comp. Healing is not going to be keeping Frage alive, though, as they get knocked off the map. And Grider is left to stumble here against that Marissa slime.
Great dribble off the goal line, but the slime was sitting right in the center, unfortunately. I always hate to see it, but Core Flip's going to be coming online this round for both sides here, as it looks like Risk of Rain returns, but we're looking to push that bottom side up. But Frage with the Rose Thorns able to get that bottom barrier up relatively swiftly. Risk of Rain returns firing back with a barrier of their own. And now it's up in the top as Vongola looking for to try and punch it through, but Guerre with the core flip able to clear it out, and Vongola getting taken out in the process, but Marissa able to get the barrier as well. And a jump hit there, but Guerre able to clear it out in time. Tricky does have core flip here. Ooh, Frage's arrow is missing by millimeters, though, unfortunately. And now Cat Kupo with the core flip, able to send it up to Frage. Tricky tried to save it, and almost did, but it was just a little bit too close. Core flip coming out from Tricky, passing it up to Marissa, trying to get it to Mongola, but Soup's going to come out and shut down any possible plays for the time being. But a rebound, Mongola with the dribble, able to send it to the bottom of the goal. Greer can't reach that one in time, unfortunately. So that's going to be Risk of Rain returns now. A pretty quick match point setup. They can potentially take this one pretty quickly, as they're just able to apply a fair bit of pressure between these Juno Slimes and these Rune Pillars.
Yeah, I'm eyeing right now the Slick Kicks pick on Vongola. It's a bit of a trade-off. We saw them get KO'd there with the lack of healing from Vambrace. But at the same time, they've been pulling off some dribble plays in the goal box, which is a little bit unconventional for, an X. But those Slick Kicks make it a lot more viable. And they're still dealing out plenty of damage here, keeping Grier out of the goal box. And so sufficiently that they were able to find that clean corner shot right there. And Last Minute Lobsters, not Last Minute Lobsters. Risk of Rain returns, taking the first set.
Yeah, and yeah, looks like some interesting things. We got Fight or Flight and 1-2 on the board. Also Stacks and Glass Cannon. Potentially Greer could be eyeing up one of those. We'll just see here. Bulk Up, though, actually falling over to Marissa. Yeah, not picking the 1-2 or the Fight or Flight. Interestingly enough, did not want to see any type of stagger scaling, I guess. Power items also go on to Juno to get the red core. But Fight or Flight on Frage, 1-2 punch on Tricky. Going to be getting more of those red cores off those pillars. Cat Kupo picking up the stacks, and Greer with the Spark of Stagger. Scale with the peak performance. Spark scaling does go hard. But that's going to be Frage actually getting it behind the barriers and able to get both barriers even while being banished. And a great pillar there, though, from Tricky, able to save it on the goal line, as now it is Risk of Rain returns turn to get a barrier with that offensive push. But projectiles coming out now from Last Minute Lobsters. Pass there from Cat Kupo. Frage unable to get anything through Tricky, unfortunately. Vongola dangerously staggered, but still pushing up into that bottom barrier, able to get it through the back side of it. And now Marissa looking for a pass, but Frage interrupts with the primary up in teleport there from Cat Kupo. Sent it right back as well. Banish coming out. That was an interesting play. But now Tricky passing up to the slime. Marissa dribbling it off and trying to go over to Vongola. Slimes come out, but great saves there from Greer. Able to clear it out down to Cat Kupo now. Frage has core flip. Cat Kupo passes up, and a primary is going to be enough. Doesn't even need to use the core flip. That'll be the first point going over to Last Minute Lobsters.
Yeah, good stuff right there. I mean, this double midfield, I enjoy seeing them really cook on the field here. They're able to maintain core control quite nicely, and hopefully Cat Kupo on that now pick will get to see some good heal plays up against Vongola's X, as we see the black hole come out Vongola actually throws core flip out there in the hopes of staying alive. And suddenly, last minute lobsters are looking like they're getting some offense here, but an unfortunate loss of the barrier from Marissa's slime right there.
Or from Greer, though, to clear it out for the moment. Tricky trying to get it through Frey, trying to get it back through to Vongola, but a core flip from Cat Koopa is going to get that second barrier. And Frey looking for the bottom one. The blink sends it the wrong direction, unfortunately. Now looking to push from the top, able to get that bottom one regardless. Marissa pushing up, about to have core flip. The goal is open, though. This is dangerous. Cat Koopa with the heal. Maybe unnecessary right there, but always nice to have regardless. Slime's coming out, trying to find an angle, but just can't quite get it through Cat Koopa and Greer at the moment. Frey's looking for a shot, looking for some type of control, but Tricky still able to just hold it down. Soup coming out from Greer to keep it clear for the moment, but now Vongola pushing up into that corner, but Cat Koopa keeping out with the secondary, and a great save by Tricky, nearly pulling it out of the goal there, off of that speed boost. That was insane. Marissa and Frage about to be having core flips in just a moment as Tricky sends it all the way back to Greer, and the pillars going up. The now primaries going up, but no one can score anything at the moment. A lot of damage comes out onto Frage. Core flip there from Marissa. Frage does have a core flip of their own. Blinks in, core flips here, and yep, Tricky unable to react to that one. Too close, so that's gonna be last minute lobsters taking their second point. Set point now. Looking to tie it up.
That was a scary moment for Frage there. They actually got down to very, very low stagger in the enemy goal box. But we saw Cat Koopa drop the lifeline down. And it was actually that healing from Cat Koopa that really made the difference and allowed Frage to take advantage of that core flip and score them that goal. We'll have to see if they can secure the set here as they quickly trade barriers on this third point.
Core flip now from Tricky. Tries to clear it out. Core flip from Vongola misses, but Marissa there to catch the rebound and get the barrier regardless. Tricky now passing up to Marissa. Sends it over to Vongola, who's able to win a double strike war, looks like, to actually secure the point for risk of rain returns and potentially delay this one a little bit further.
Yeah, well played by Vongola. We've seen them do some fantastic... I wouldn't even really call it Oki gameplay. They are bullying Greer, but they're not really looking to KO them so much as just be up in their face and annoying them all the time. And I mean, yeah, they've been cooking on it.
Yeah, and now we have the diagonal barrier setup, but Frage able to take down the one barrier, and the black hole is actually going to be taking out
fantastic
Marissa,
angle
there from Cat Koopa. Sends it the sharpest possible angle into the top of the goal box to take the set for last minute lobsters. All tied up now, and Frage taking MVP this set. Ooh, wow. Every Estelle Biss on the table. Frage gets their choice, but this does also mean that they've all passed, so looking out for the long game. And a hot shot pickup, actually, to deny Tricky. Interesting.
Let's see what this now ends up going with. And it'll be a primetime pick
prime
from Cat
time.
Koopa. Big Fish going over to the X. Great in the hopes of tempo swing coming up in the future. Another important thing from that last set, we didn't see it win them the set, but Vongola getting Stagger Swagger has allowed them to stay in the game a whole lot longer. They don't even need the Vambrace pickup with that, as they have plenty of healing to go around. Speaking of healing to go around, doesn't even matter that Frage went down to half stagger right there. Cat Koopa heals him up right away. Vongola, though. Oh, man, unfortunate bounce off the own pillar.
Yeah, rune moment. Those 1-2 punch betraying and just leave the goal open for Cat Koopa to find the shot. I always hate to see it, but hey, that's the price you pay for playing rune. You know. Going into kickoff now, a very quick kickoff there from Marissa, just jumps right in and passes it to Vongola, who breaks the black hole and takes the barrier. And now looking to continue this offensive push potentially. Yeah, Vongola able to get it away from Frage for the moment. Greer with the dribbles, trying to get it back up to the forwards. but Tricky able to send it right back. Vongola does have core flip, going to take down that barrier and looking to burn it here and bull rush it through, but all three members of Last Minute Lobsters were standing there in a wall in order to try and defend it. Frage gets taken out with core flip. Cat Koopa was not able to save them in time, unfortunately standing right on the edge like that, and Greer is going to unfortunately miss the core flip, trying to dribble it on the goal line, which is a critical strike roll right there. Wins one again. Greer, the strike roll beast right now. Core flip from Cat Koopa is going to take out the top barrier and make way for an offensive push now. Frage up in that top corner, but Tricky still holding it down. Cat Koopa looking for a shot. Banish comes out from Tricky. Pillar comes out, and the slimes are going to be enough to actually clear it out for the moment. Greer still holding it down on Late Night Lobster or Last Minute Lobster side. I'm going to keep messing that up. Darn it. But Marissa and Tricky have their core flips in just a moment. Cat Koopa still looking for a shot, but Tricky with the pillars is just not letting them find anything. Marissa, though, with the Strike War win, is going to be able to get it straight through and take that point. So now it's really tied up going into our second round of this set. It looks like core flip's going to be online for Risk of Rain Returns. Curious to see where this one goes.
It's almost been a war of attrition from the side of Risk of Rain Returns here. They have such powerful offensive comp here as Marissa grabs the double dig with that core flip. But yeah, Rune and the Judo Slimes being able to hold the core on the enemy side of the field for such a long time is just so difficult to deal when Vongola is standing right on top of the goalie. Nevertheless,
Core flip from Cat Koopa, though.
Last Minute Lobsters are hanging in there. I mean, that's the downside of playing this Rune Juno comp, right? Is if Cat Koopa and Frage, who have such fantastic control of the midfield, can keep it on the side of Risk of Rain Returns, they don't need a whole lot of offensive pressure to be able to break through a Rune and a Juno. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting setup here. But yeah, there's that unstoppable pressure again.
11-second goal from Risk of Rain Returns to fire it right back, and this is a very, very close match. 1-1, 2-2 at the moment, as Marissa with the long-range jump and leaves the slime behind for a self-pass to defend that top barrier. That was actually really clutch. And now going into the diagonal barrier setup, Marissa once again with the jump, able to get it up to the slimes and take that top barrier. Frage does have core flip, burning it here to try and keep it safe. Give some room for Last Minute Lobsters to push back up, as the banish is going to come out though from Tricky. And now it's Risk of Rain Returns on the defense. Marissa able to get it out and trying to get it past the midfield here. Tight spot, able to clear it up. Cat Koopa still looking to apply some type of pressure though, but Greer able to send it back into the midfield. Marissa with the jump up in the top corner. All the members in this top corner fighting over this core. As this is just long-range projectiles from both sides, trying to keep control until someone can just shove it in, really. But a strike war win there from Vongola, right on top of Greer, is going to be enough to take that set now. Risk of Rain Returns 2-1 in the sets, and Marissa getting MVP.
It's really interesting to see these teams both kind of almost playing glass cannon comps against one another. Because, I mean, Last Minute Lobsters... double midfield is such a great response to this Juno Rune on offense, right? If they can manage to break it out on defense, we've seen them be able to put up some, staggering amounts of pressure up against Risk of Rain Returns. But Risk of Rain Returns has this comp that as long as, they can get it over to the enemy side of the field, this Rune Juno combo can just feed it to Vongola over and over and over again, who, as we mentioned, does a fantastic job playing on top of Greer. Good Awakenings coming out right here. Some defensive play from Greer with the missile prop extra special coming online for Dubu. And critically, Castellast coming out for Vongola is going to allow them to do a heck of a lot more on offense. We see quickly the top barriers going down for Last Minute Lobsters as they're looking for a very strong start here on this fourth set.
Yeah, Marissa looking very hurt at the moment. Cat Koopa running the regen there actually with the now primary. Potentially could be a kill coming out soon. Frage also looking pretty low, but Cat Koopa still has the heals, is on now. Just utilizing those secondaries to keep Frage up for the moment. Vongola still looking to apply damage as that second barrier falls down. Cat Koopa and Vongola about to be getting core flips up as well. Tricky certainly as well, going to be getting there soon. But now with some pressure coming out, Vongola earning their core flip. Tricky just needs to get the core back up to them. Marissa on the top side. Vongola, unfortunate bull rush, getting out of position, but does stagger Frage in the process. Tricky able to get it up, and Vongola with the core flip will get it past Greer, who rolled a little bit too high up. Unfortunate point blank core flip there for Vongola. Tricky now, and Cat Kupo, and Greer as well, actually. Going to be having their core flips this set. As we see a pass up to Marissa, looking to get this top barrier. Core flip from Cat Kupo, trying to stop Vongola with the strike war. Able to keep it in play and take that top barrier. But the Soup's going to come out now from Greer. They do have the core flip should they need it. Core flip from Tricky sends it over, and Greer fires right back with the core flip. An unfortunate angle, though. Cat Kupo was unable to hit that top barrier. The banish came out, but did get it on the rebound. Marissa with the core flip to avoid the log. Isn't able to get much off of that, but now sending it into the top corner. Frage there to shut that down, though, and with the Estelle primary is going to be able to fire it straight down and get a barrier for themselves, as Risk of Rain Returns is now open. Dangerous spot here. Vongola will be getting a core flip up shortly, though, but Frage with the kill, the primary to send it right in. The Estelle Classic just sniped Tricky right off the map. Very well done there. Last minute Lobsters tying it up in this potentially last set.
Yeah, and I mean, that kill is in part due to this heavy impact pickup by Estelle. With those buffs, Estelle has some like definite kill potential now, and Frage demonstrated that perfectly, as we're seeing some quick barriers fall, as we're seeing some fantastic offense here from Risk of Rain Returns.
Yeah, now Frage has core flip, though, and y'all just gotta hold down on the defense. Give them a shot here, but Kekibu cannot get it through that rune barrier. And a great blink there from Frage to force it through the midfield. Banish comes out, core flip comes out, unable to find anything, though. And now it's going to be Risk of Rain Returns who are going to be the ones to try and find the shot. Marissa with the dribble in the bottom. Soup comes out from Greer to stop that. Trying to find a pass up to Vongola, but Cat Kupo just blocking off that lane, not letting Vongola get their grubby little hands on it. As now, unfortunate corner pocket. Vongola with the X Maximus. Greer did not have a clearing angle there. Will be able to pick up that point.
This is a scary place for our friends over on Last Minute Lobsters right now. Match point coming out from Risk of Rain Returns, who has already proven that they are a force to be reckoned with.
Match point, tournament point, by the way. They've already won their first game, and that's been Vongola getting taken out here. Cat Kupo does have core flip now, looking to get this second barrier. Banish comes out from Tricky. The Slimes with the defense, though. Core flip coming out from Greer, sending it to the bottom. Tricky losing the barrier, unfortunately. Too much pressure there from Frage as Cat Kupo looking to make a push, but Vongola holding it down on the top side of the map. Tricky passing down to Marissa now, up to Vongola, trying to find something. The jump from Marissa is going to get the second, or the first barrier for Risk of Rain Returns. Tricky with the pillar, with the secondary, trying to keep it safe, trying to keep it out. And now Greer playing patient, trying to keep it out. Keeping a cool head here. A lot of pressure from Vongola up in this position. A lot of offense coming out from Risk of Rain Returns, but this is clear now. All right, Cat Kupo passing up. Marissa is there to block it. Now in the bottom corner, Marissa was looking for something, but Cat Kupo was able to stop it. Banish comes out from Tricky. Pillar comes out from Tricky. Can't find anything, though. Forwards did not have quite enough time to get back up there. And we're now looking for something. Just bouncing around. Soup coming out.
Good dribbles there.
Though this is a spot. Cat Kupo passing it up into the top. Frage looking for another snipe, but the core is moving too fast. Marissa with the core flip, trying to send it into the top. Able to get it off of the rebound from the bottom side. Cat Kupo and Frage about to have their core flip. Tricky with the core flip, though. Sending it up. Frage is there to stop it, though. But now Marissa in the bottom. Greer with the roll, though, to block the slime. Frage with the core flip. Tricky was there to block it. Cat Kupo has core flip, though. This is a lot all of the sudden. And now it's Tricky with the dribbles, being patient, banishing the puck. Time this out so Vongola can heal a little bit. Soup's going to come out to keep Vongola out of the goal box for the moment. But Marissa with the self-pass. Core flip from Cat Kupo, though, to stop it for the moment. Greer dribbling it down. Marissa trying to pass it to Vongola, but Greer once again with the roll to keep it safe. What a play there. These reaction times are on point and stops the red core in his tracks. Tricky, though, once again also stopping the red core in his tracks as the point blank snipe from Frage comes out. And Marissa trying to get it back up to Vongola, but Cat Kupo in the midfield with the interrupt, passing up to Frage. Can't find anything. The pillar came out to stop it. Now primary comes out, but Tricky there to block it. This is a long round.
We're
Vongola.
going into the depths of overtime right here. Everybody's hitting the red core.
Everybody is hitting it red, as this is anyone's shot here. Whoever messes up first is going to lose this one. Core flip though from Vongola, point blank. Doesn't find anything even with the bull rush. Frage and Greer hold it down, but Frage gets taken out. 2v3 now for the next 10 seconds. Marissa with the jump, sends it through the soup. As Cat Kupo does have core flip, burning it here, sends it to the now primary, but Tricky is still there, still holding it down. Even with all of these red cores, Vongola looking for a shot, and down to Marissa. Slime. That's going to be the game. That's going to be the tournament. That's going to be Risk of Rain Returns taking it all. What a final round. That was intense.
That is perhaps one of the most entertaining final points I've ever seen. In both of those matches had some fantastic final moments. Just some absolutely teeth grinding, every single goal just being, or not goal, but every time the core flies in the goal, just inches from despair. Some fantastic goalie work from both Tricky and Greer, being able to hold down the defense. I'm pretty sure that these save stats that we're seeing from both of them, 88 and 63 respectively, I'm sure that like a third of them came from that final point alone. That lasted for ages, and both of them had so many last-minute plays. That was some fantastic work right there.
Yeah, so that'll be Risk of Rain Returns. Tricky, Marissa, and Vongola of the Rain taking this week's Seraphim Specialized. Very well played. Very entertaining to watch as well. So enjoy those
shots from Marissa.
Yeah, huge.
There's that fantastic Juno feeding there up to Vongola, reflected by Vongola's 41 shots with 6 goals. That was some very good team play around Vongola's X, and plenty of goals from Marissa as well. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. They had plenty of good tactics that won them the trophy this week. Congrats to all 3 of y'all.
Yes, congratulations indeed. Enjoy those Sony motes. Enjoy those Audi points. Let's take a look. It looks like also in our third place bracket, Clamp, because the other team forfeited, but Clamp got our third place bracket if anyone was not there for that. So that's gonna be Risk of Rain Returns taking first place. Last minute Lobsters. We'll be getting second. These side speakers are going to be pretty big on this map. And Vongola able to actually take out the X there, but an unfortunate. That demon dice in the midfield. Frage does have core flip, but isn't going to need a pass there to Vongola. Is going to be pretty crazy. I can't find anything off of that. Unfortunately, Greer burning their core flip here to try and save it, but Vongola standing up in his face like that. Pretty solid. 1v3. Greer has to hold it down with a strike board there, but Marissa is going to be able to find the top of the goal box.
Pump out some Octavia kills like that.
Not much to say right now. From Greer though on the goal line, but unfortunately Marissa still able to keep it clear for the moment. Marissa has core flip online now, burning it here, sending it down to the bottom. Core flip from Vongola off the rebound, and that's going to be finding the bottom and apply some offensive pressure, burning it here, looking for the bottom, and Vongola's going to be able there to push it down to Marissa, trying to get it up to Vongola, trying to find some kind of offensive pressure, but Marissa without any stagger can't do much, but a well-played early box, looking for a shot, pass up to Frage, finds the top of the goal line. Some of those power plays, and Vongola, of course, off of it, doing a great job in the process, just as forward, just as the strike war lost there from goal lock anyway, and a strike war win there from Frage, going to find the bottom hard time, but Greer even still was able to hold it down in overtime. Coming out from Marissa, can't find a kill, but Vongola with the strike war with the bottom of the goal. Greer can't reach that one in time, unfortunately. On the goal line. So that's going to be out down to Cat Kupo now. Frage has core flip. Cat Kupo passes up, and a primary is going to be enough. Save. Doesn't even need to use core flip. Comes out on the Frage. Core flip there from Marissa. Frage does have a core flip of their own. And whatnot. Blinks in, core flips here, and unable. Tricky, regardless. Tricky now passing up to Marissa. Sends it over to Vongola, who's able to win a double strike war, looks like, to actually secure the point. For Frage able to take down the one barrier, and the Black Hole's actually going to be taking out.
Mad respect.
Mad respect, especially because, they won those 1-2 punch. So like betraying and just leave. There's clearly something to it. There's clearly something. Marissa though with the strike war win
of offensive
You got the
pressure to be able to
trophy.
break
You
through
got
Rune
the
into
whole
Juno.
dang tournament, likely with Pauldron's Rune. There's clearly something to be said for Pauldron's Rune. Very well played. It was really great to watch.
Yeah, I think we were off air for like that whole spiel that we just chucked out. So
Oh, wow.
nobody heard our analysis of that. But we loved the Pauldron's Rune in summary coming out from Tricky there.
TLDR. We like
We
the
loved all of
Pauldron's Rune.
the absolutely disgusting goalie suffocation coming out there from Von Gola, and of course, Marissa with the fantastic midfielding that enabled all of that.
Yeah, the Octavia pick as well on Demon Dice.
And the Octavia pick,
we were fans of that.
That Demon Days game was a treat to watch.
That was like the audacity to pull out the Octavia on Demon Dice and then also take specialized training on top of that.
And then get wild. 5 KOs with it. Oh, man. Some beautiful play. Thank you to everybody for coming out tonight.
Yeah,
I had a great time with you in the casting booth, Lego.
Yeah, it was a bit scuffed, very last minute tournament here. It was like 3 hours to prepare. So thank you to all of the teams that pulled together and showed up for this. 12 teams. That's not bad for 3 hours notice, honestly. That's pretty good. Prize eligibility and, full 3 rounds of Swiss, top 6 bracket. Can't complain. So yeah, thank you to all of the players. Congratulations once again to Risk of Rain Returns for taking the whole thing. And of course, thank you for providing us excellent content. Those were very nice matches. But yeah, thank you to Sykeen for picking up the slack and pulling together the production in 1 hour during Swiss while running Swiss. Our normal producer Max is not here this week, unfortunately, so we had to move all of the OBS stuff and all of that crap over to Sykeen's like really last minute. And so yeah, it was very scuffed, but we're still here. We pulled it together close enough. So thanks for that. Yeah, thank you for joining me on the cast, Cloak.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure.
Yeah, for sure. Always great to have you. But I believe that's all of our announcements. Oh, we have credits now. I didn't know about. No one told me about this. Yeah. So we got. If you don't see it on the screen, me, Cloak, and Mexi are credited as casters, even though Mexi wasn't really here. Mexi and Malachi did the TOing. Achi. That round. Shut up. That round didn't happen. Our secret TO and advisor Achi, who helped us out actually a fair bit for this, and Max, who is normally here and normally runs this smoothly and very well. So,
do we want to mention the special tournament that Seraphim has cooked up down the road as well?
Oh yes. Okay, so yeah, before we go, during our charity stream, we said if we hit our $200 stretch goal, we would be announcing a secret special tournament that we have been cooking up, and we did in fact hit that. In fact, we smashed it. We got like
$600.
Yeah, we got like $600 during our segment of that stream, which is I think that was more than like the rest of the marathon got combined or something stupid. It was a lot. We killed it. So thank you to the Omega Strikers community for that, by the way. But yeah, our secret tournament. So we were cooking up a format where it's like Blue Lock.
If y'all have seen the anime or read the manga,
the anime, the manga,
Blue Lock.
Yeah, Blue Lock. It's like a soccer thing, like super intense soccer thing. But the way the tournament is built is everyone signs up individually, and it starts with a bracket of 1v1s, where the winners of the 1v1s go on to the next pool, where you will be paired with another 1v1 player, another 1v1 winner, and you will become a team of 2. And then the 2v2s will fight each other, and the winning team of 2v2 will select a player from the team they just beat to become a full team of 3. And so the 1v1s and 2v2s, if you get kicked out of the 1v1s, you get kicked out of the tournament. But if you get kicked out of the 2v2s, you get sent back to the 1v1s. Then once those
and
are
have
closed,
a chance to make it back.
yeah. Then once those pools close, it is just off to a bracket where normal 3v3 teams fight in a double elim bracket. So you basically build your team as you go, so you don't know who your teammates are going to be.
Yeah, we're proud of the tournament format, and we'll release a more comprehensive explanation of the rules and the format of the tournament as we move up to it. But keep your eyes out for that announcement in the coming weeks as we put together that exciting tournament format that we're looking forward to debuting here on the Seraphim Omega Strikers channel.
Yeah, it's pretty different, but I think it could have some pretty big potential. We'll just work out the details and whatnot. So stick around for that if you're interested in something like that. But I believe that is our only major announcement. Just once again to thank you for everyone who participated. And yeah, no set date for the next Seraphim Specialized. That's why we did it. Oh yeah, it looks like we have more text on my screen once again. Thank you for yes, you, the Omega Strikers community.
Be careful,
Yes.
you might get banned from tournament play.
No one can hear him. It's okay. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. That's enough of that. We'll see you guys next time.
Stay tuned. Good night, everybody.